What's up, everyone? Welcome to Amazing Met Zone. I'm Roy Styles, Unique Garcia.
It's your boy Drodo out here for another episode.
And we also have Amazing Camren here with us as well.
Let's go.
I'm gonna let the live get a little more action, and then we'll start the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big shout out to the rest of the fellas from Amazing Met Zone, Juminati, Big Phil who couldn't be here tonight, and Sean Hogan. So big salute to those guys. We miss you guys, and maybe next week you'll be here.
Also shout out to Mets Hype as well. We see
Yes,
you
Mets
skip
Hype.
a beat.
Yep.
Welcome, brother.
That's right. Hopefully we'll have you on the show soon. And you could go crazy with these guys and talk all the Mets that you want to talk and, have a good time.
Right.
Also, want to give a big shout out to Vintage Mets. I want to give a shout out to 718. The Who Man, Cowbell Man, Pin Man, all the faces that you see around Citi Field throughout each game. You know, they're a staple at the field, and we can't forget Mega Met, John Cena Met guy. There's a lot, so big shout out to everybody who just loves and supports the Mets.
That's right. And speaking about that, bringing up all these people that talking about the Mets and the experience, the people you see when you go to the ballpark. I mean, let's talk about the fan. I mean, we had our home opener last week. Let's talk about the experience that we had. What did you think about like the ballpark and?
All right. Well, listen, we had a great time. I mean, we're gonna start with opening day or
today.
Yeah, we'll start with the home opener.
All right,
our first game. That was last week.
Home opener was super exciting. We got to meet a lot of fans. We got to hang out with well-known fans and other content creators that has to do with and involving the Mets. Like I said, Vintage Mets. A lot of guys were there. It was a fun time. We got to do a lot of interviews. We did a couple giveaway on hats, and we won the game. So we won the home opener, so that was really cool and exciting. Also, what I do want to say is go with a plan. So there's a lot of new food this year at Citi Field. There's the spicy chicken with the donut.
The cheesesteak.
There's the cheesesteak. You got that right. There's a lot of new food. So go with a plan and an idea of what you want to eat so you don't lose time and miss certain innings of the game or parts of the game because you're trying to go in this direction and then it's not that direction. It's in another direction for the food you're looking for. That's the only thing I would say about that. But the energy, the excitement, it was all there.
The crowd.
Oh yeah, the crowd. It was a great time and ironically a chilly day. I mean,
Yes, it was.
It was
actually,
cold.
to be honest, they canceled the game on Thursday, which I think was a way better day for weather-wise, and then moved it to Friday, which was actually a lot chillier. And at night, we had to throw the hoodies on and, stay warm. But all in all, it was a great day. Amazing Camren got to do some really cool interviews that we posted up on the page.
Yeah, we had a good time with the fans in general. Even before walking into the stadium, everyone was all hyped up. We were talking to people, trying to guess, what the final score was going to be in a lot of those interviews, and no one guessed it because it was a little bit of a strange game. What's up, Cam? What you got?
The closest one was probably James's dad.
Yeah, actually,
that's
right.
Ironic, he said 8-2, so he was close.
He was, very close.
He hit the Pete and Lindor homers, though.
Yeah,
he did nail that. So
Yeah.
that wasn't. He was the only person that said Lindor and Pete were gonna homer.
And Marte did, right?
And Marte, yeah. Marte did as well, which is crazy. It was just a great game in general. We saw a lot, bringing us around to, one of our first topics here. What was something that, if something struck you in that game? Like,
I
what do
mean,
you
as
think?
far as the bullpen concerned, I would say Santana. He's no Johan, I'll tell you that. So as far as that, I mean, he gave some runs up. It was a little dissatisfying to see. We really want the bullpen to overcome you know, the obstacles that they're facing with missing pitching and, you know, Verlander being hurt. So, you know,
And
Diaz, of course. So as far as that, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. You know, looking at it, Santana, you know, he had another outing today, and the stuff's just not there. The put out power is just not there. He gets these guys to 2 strikes and struggles to get them to actually get them out. You know, he's very prone to the long ball. We're starting to notice this even early on in the season. I think he's got to go in this point. Looking at it, we're down 2 starters. We have 2 people that are starting in Peterson and McGill, who very easily, you know, with our proper rotation, could be really bolstering that bullpen and really kind of giving our starters some relief as far as a guy that could go a couple of innings coming out of the pen that's solid, that can give us some performance. So we're in a weird phase because we're down Verlander and because we're down Quintana, where they're forced to start, leaving the bullpen a little bit thin, a couple of younger guys. You got Reyes out there, you have this guy Santana, you have Brooks Raleigh as well coming out, you know, all struggling a little bit because, you know, they're not ready for that yet. You know, they're a little kind of pushing their development, bringing them up a little earlier than we should be in that point. I think they eventually overcome in the form of one of those pitchers coming back and getting like Peterson back in the pen.
I agree.
I think that power lefty coming out of the pen, because listen, these 2 guys, McGill and Peterson, I mean, McGill stepped it up last year and did a great job, started our opening day last year and did really good, but these guys are giving us quality starts. I mean, at this point, McGill's 3-0 after today. He's doing great.
What do you think about the Drew Smith kid?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a believer in the Drew Smith project. We had him last year. I thought that moving forward from him and finding somebody that was a little bit tougher, that had a little bit more put out power in them, was the right move. You know, they chose in a swarm of other moves the Mets made in the offseason. They chose to stay with him. And I think he's decent, not great, not terrible.
Okay.
You know, like he's somewhere in the middle, and it's tough to be in the middle, especially in the Bulldog division that we're in. Let's see, we got.
We have a couple people saying some stuff here, so let's go back a little bit and see if we could find some stuff here to read. Juminati82 said, "What's up? What's up? Salute to you."
Drew's the man. Phil from Shirley, we miss you tonight, brother.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully everything's good.
You're leaving me with big shoes to fill. Phil.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Classic Mets move, canceling the game on a beautiful day. Yeah, 100%.
Way better than Friday.
But as it turns out, the extra day off seemed to pay off for us.
Yes.
You know, we got swept by the Brewers. We left there a little deflated, took the day, came out, fought against Miami. It shouldn't have been as close, but the bullpen stuff, whatever. But the bats really kind of came alive. And the bats coming alive in Miami kind of drove us into what we just did, taking out San Diego. This one felt good.
This one was important for us. We needed this.
This one felt real good.
I want to say a big shout out also to Threads by Al. What's up, Al? We see you. And as far as what we were talking about before, we'll get back to the comments and stuff. All in all, I gotta say, I'm not really that too disappointed with the pitching.
Yes, starting pitching is going good.
Starting pitching has been doing very well for us, and I gotta say it's that much, you know. So I can't really complain too much about that. Do you have any input on that?
Yeah, listen. I mean, if you told me we were going to start this year down Justin Verlander and down Quintana, like down 2 big starters, a really good lefty and a Cy Young pitcher, 3-time Cy Young pitcher, I'd say this is a tragedy. You know, I mean, before the season, we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We're going to start these guys. You know, they're not great. Really, McGill and Peterson really stepped up here.
They did.
And the only reason Peterson has had struggles is because of our offense. You know, but this guy's thrown good games every time he's been out there. McGill is in true beginning of season form for him. It was never a question of whether he was a good pitcher. It's whether after the break, like the second half, he can continue to pitch, because he seems to melt down. Hopefully that won't happen this year. And hopefully our guys will be back, so that way he could just be in the pen, or it's something that's not as big of a job and we're not relying on him. We're in a good position with the starting pitcher.
There was something else too before we get there. Oh, what I was going to say was we were very nervous about Max in the Miami series, and then he came through for us, man. He came
In San Diego.
Yeah, he
And
came
Max
through
pitched
for
the
us.
gem.
Gem.
You were there.
Yeah, we were
You were
there.
there.
Yeah, we were in the building that night. We had a great time, and we got to see that in person. And it was a great
game.
matchup, and we came out the victors on that.
Yeah, how about you, Darvish,
Yeah.
finally losing to the Mets? He finally lost. We finally went out and got you, Darvish. This guy was something like, I think, 7-0 against the Mets.
Yep.
Never lost, couldn't skip a beat. Didn't skip a beat against the Mets for whatever reason. We went out there and we fought him.
We had good bats.
Yeah. It wasn't a high scoring game. We went out there and we did the thing, and we did the right thing, and we got the hits when we needed them. We didn't leave runners in scoring position. They came to play.
Which we've been having a problem with as well, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
soon. Another quick thing, real quick, that I seen earlier that I was very surprised of with actually was there was a video that surfaced of Diaz did an interview, and he was saying that
He
he's feeling good. Yep, he's feeling great, and that he might be back before 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's reaching. That's hoping
Hopeful.
for the best and being very hopeful. Exactly, Cam. You know, but let's stay positive. You never know. But I think he's out for the season. But maybe one day we're in the stadium and those trumpets go off as a surprise, and the place erupts and it goes crazy.
I mean, if we make it deep enough in the playoffs, we'll be past that 6 to 8 months. I mean, who knows? But
We got to get there.
no, he. I think it's a pipe dream, to be honest. I think the idea of him suiting up and actually throwing a pitch in a real game this year is really, really far-fetched. But at the same time, I would love that. I would be. I'm glad he's healing well. I'm glad he's healing well. I mean, so much
We
power.
miss those trumpets.
Oh yeah, so much power comes from the legs.
Real
and
quick in the
Scary.
chat, we see Vintage Mets just joined us. He said, "Shout out Amazing Mets Zone."
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Vintage Mets. We love it here, and congratulations on your big news today, also, man. We're very happy for you. We support you with what you got going on, and if you need help from us here at Amazing Mets Zone, we always got your back, brother.
That's right. Hit that like button, guys. It'll help us get shown to some more people.
Share the video.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can to help us, gain more traction here.
That's right. 100% amazing camera. Vintage said, "What's up?" He's good for that. But no, we love seeing what you're doing anyway, Vintage. You know, congratulations on the collab with Corona and Lindor. There's a lot of good stuff going on for you. You know, we're all excited to see it. You know, we look forward. You know, we'll see you again at Citi Field throughout the year and stuff. You got a lot of great things going on.
And a big thank you again, real quick, to everyone that's checking in with us. And it's crazy. We're going a little off topic, but we'll get back to it. We started this page maybe a little over a month ago, month and a half. And we've come a long way since starting that. I opened the page up and I knew. It was something that people would love to see, and I'm just happy that we have the group of guys that we have that create everything for Amazing Mets Zone. It's not just me or one person. It's all of us collectively who work with each other all day long through the text chat and come up with crazy ideas and, stories and pictures and, Sean to do some writing. Drodo will do writing, and Drew Minotti 82 comes up with a lot of the edits for the pictures that you guys see.
All the wrestling photos.
The wrestling photos, we said that before. Amazing Camren goes to Citi Field, and he does crazy interviews with people. He's becoming his own little character there at Citi Field also. The people are starting to recognize him. So I just want to say again, thank you guys for, tuning in. Even if it's just a couple of us that enjoy what we're doing right now, hopefully we'll grow longer and, for a long period of time and the following grows stronger. So I just want to say thank you to everybody also.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it's been real fun. I mean, there's not a single thing that you guys see pop up on the Amazing Mets Zone page that isn't custom. These are pictures that are created and edited in-house. These are posts that are written completely in-house. Like, you won't find our stuff anywhere else. And it's been really fun and really creative to kind of get with everyone. And then doing like collabs with guys like Mets Hype, you know, we love him. You know, he's
the only thing you might see from somewhere else is if like we post a story from different pages that we support and follow also. So you'll see some stuff like that. But any main post that's on the page is done and created by the team and the staff of Amazing Met Zone. And, you know, we work hard every day to get those things done for you guys, and hopefully you appreciate it. And what I was saying before was we started this about a month and a half ago, and in that month, you know, the followers have gained, but it's really, the following is not what's most important at the moment, is the traction. And from what we see in the professional business page that we created for Amazing Met Zone, in the last month, we've hit 13,000 people. So there's 13,000 people that are coming to the page and viewing the content. We've got over 500 views on certain videos and, you know, certain content, and we have 800 and something views on some. So little by little we're getting there, and we appreciate everyone, and we just wanted to thank you. We haven't done that before, so we're doing it now that we have the time and opportunity, since Phil couldn't make tonight. So he's not going back and forth, these two guys together. So I just wanted to take the moment and the time to say thank you again, and we hope you continue to follow, and we hope you continue to support.
Is Phil tuned in here? Because I got something interesting. He is. Phil from Shirley's in here. You missed the big thing, Phil. And every week I thought you were going to come in here and pick on me, and you were going to say, hey, you still got 103 for the season? You still got 103 for the season? And I am here to publicly announce that I absolutely do not anymore. I have changed my tune, and I might be undercutting what I don't remember what Phil originally said. But my number, I'm going to go with 82 games.
82,
this year.
Wow.
I see some real staying power issues down the stretch. We're not dog days of summer. We're not even in the summer yet. And we're seeing some stuff that is, you know, like I said, there's some good, some bad, some ugly along the way. You know, talking about, you know, with the bats and like what's going on here.
Yeah, well, the top half is on fire, and the bottom half is on life support.
Life support, just
they need CPR.
Yeah, that ambulance is driving very slow back to the hospital right now. You got Nimmo, you got Marte, you got Lindor, you got Alonso, you got McNeil, or Canna, then McNeil. And I'll leave Canna in the still very alive part, because he's been putting some good at-bats together, and he's been doing some good things. The rest of the lineup is, where are these guys?
Phil from Shirley said he has 88.
Yeah, so I went below Phil on here. I changed that to be, and it's because we have guys that are completely. If you're 1 through 5 in the Mets lineup, you know we're relatively confident in. You know, especially with Lindor and Pete waking up the way that they have. Homers,
even today too.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beauty. You just said Pete with that big shot today. Lindor with the righty homer. Like, it was great, but then you send out 7 through 9. You send out 6 through 9 in the Mets lineup, and they're automatic outs. I mean, at what point are we going to say, where's the splash? Escobar. How many 0 games will we let Escobar do? Love Escobar, hate him.
Yes, that's a love-hate relationship, because he's so good.
Yeah.
For, you know, the dugout and the team. He makes them laugh and, you know, smile. He's energetic, but I mean, we need.
You know what will make them really happy? When they win the division and make the playoffs and win a World Series. That's what all these players do it for. You know, they love the game. These guys love the game. So, no joking, nice, funny guys can be there. I expect a splash from the front office to this team. And that splash is in the form of bringing up Brett Beatty. This kid is absolutely proven.
On fire.
He is proven that he is above a AAA player. He might not be an amazing major leaguer right this second, but he has proven the fact that he can run with the big dogs, and he'll settle in and he'll figure it out. I would rather watch Beatty go 0 for 3 in a game or 0 for 4 in a game than watch Escobar do it 7 nights in a row.
Yeah.
This is just completely great. So I expect a splash from this front office. I expect.
What did Escobar do today? I don't remember.
0 for. He hit a sac fly.
Yeah,
which is good. I mean, whatever. But he's 0 for, and he looks.
It was funny because someone said earlier today at the shop, they were like, "Oh, do you think it has something to do with the cats that they brought around him since
Yup.
he's so scared.
Yeah.
He's making him, something's not clicking with him
I
now
don't
because of
know.
the cats.
I don't know what
I'm like,
kind of
"Ah,
cat.
come on, dude.
What kind of cat makes you not hit?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Maybe
It's just, it was
Somebody
a
was
joke,
dressing up
bro.
like-
We're in New York, bro. You
Yeah.
should really be worried about the rats, not the cats. If you remember the raccoon versus rat thing a couple of years ago. I don't know what needs to happen or what needs to, at what point, I wonder, these guys carry themselves like professionals. At what point do they say, like, hey man, are you going to figure this out? Like you're kind of shafting us here. You know what I mean? At what point do they say, what time do you think the players ever get on each other? Like, hey, you've been over for the past week. Like, can you help us out?
I mean, they have to. I mean, it's only human. You know,
Yeah.
you have to, or at least try a pep talk or something. You know, like, listen, man, I know you're in a slump, but we got to get you out of this. I mean, shit, go to the ballpark 2 hours earlier. Practice harder. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Something's got to change. And I think a lot of it is like the money being guaranteed and stuff. Even if he got cut for whatever reason, he's still going to get paid. But, I think Beatty is going to be the move coming up here. And, speaking about a different prospect, I mean, what'd you think about Alvarez?
Alvarez, okay. Alvarez, I would say his performance would be, his defense is pretty solid, right? Minus the mess up that he had. And the only thing I say is he's trying to do too much too soon. Just put the ball in play, stop swinging for the fences. I know he's nervous, it's the jitters, he wants to perform, and he wants to help the team out. But going too fast, too soon, it's just what we've seen happen is what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I agree. And even like if you look at the game from last night, and I know we should focus on the one that we won today, but looking at that game last night, there was so much going on. It's bottom of the ninth, we're down a couple runs, you got 2-1. This guy, Josh Hader, had a very rare moment of being wild because he's usually solid, or he's always pitched solid against the Mets at least. He swung at ball 4, he swung at ball 5, he swung at ball 6 to strike out. You got Nimmo behind him, a very close to career 300 hitter who is. It's normal for Nimmo to get it done in Citi Field. He's that guy. He's one of those guys in the top part of the lineup where you're like, hey, I would love to have Brandon Nimmo up in this situation. I mean, you change it from 2 on, 2 out, and Alvarez striking out to where it could have been bases loaded for Nimmo, who's a vet, who's a pro at this point. Could have been game changing. I mean, Nimmo hits a single, the game's tied. Nimmo ropes a double, the game's tied. Nimmo hits a homer, we win. I mean, there's so much going on there, and then right behind Nimmo comes all our big hitters. You gotta figure, like, maybe he didn't realize it or something. You gotta figure Buck or the first base coach, whoever's in charge of giving the signs to the batter, you gotta figure he had the hardest stop sign of all time. If I'm throwing a rookie out there, don't swing. This guy's thrown 9 balls in a row. Don't swing until you have 2 strikes. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think happened? You think he just tunneled because
I think
nerves?
he tunnel vision because of nerves. Yeah. I mean, listen, man. You're with the big boys now.
Yeah.
And you want to prove to them that you should be there, but at the same time, you have to use your baseball knowledge to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. You don't become MLB's top prospect by not being brilliant.
Exactly.
By not being great. You know what I mean? And he wants that. He was on Twitter talking about, hey, I'm ready. Bring me up.
Yes.
Bring me up on Twitter. And he's young, we get it, but at a certain, you gotta figure he had the hardest stop sign here. And the baseball IQ, if he wasn't, what leads me to believe he was tunneling and agreeing with you, is that the baseball IQ is there. He's a smart guy. He's a catcher. That's a tough position to play.
One of the hardest.
You gotta know a lot. You gotta figure he's just like, all right, please let me have my moment. Let me just get this hit so I can prove myself. Let me prove myself. But he's swinging out of his shoes. On the ball
I mean, and then outside of the zone, I don't know if he was trying to fly a kite or what was going on. There was some swings that were just absurd. But again, nerves, it plays a big factor into that. Let's check out what's going on in the chat.
He said Hater was reckless last night too. Had to take a walk there. 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I was sitting there watching the game with a couple of my uncle and my cousin were like, you don't swing there until you have 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, let him throw 2 strikes because he just didn't that whole inning. He was gonna blow that game, and they were gonna leave him in there to do it. The Hater's their best option.
All right, we're gonna go scroll up a little bit.
I want to be like amazing Cam when I grow up. Phil, I think you're growing up already, bro.
So Vintage Mess there.
I think
Shout
that-
out to we read that already.
We love him.
Amazing Camren. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate y'all. We appreciate you, brother. What we got here? I want to be like Amazing Cam when I grow up. That's Phil from Shirley.
Phil from Shirley. Man, what I would do for the
You
recordings
already
of my
are grown
friends
up.
again. What I would do.
Vintage Mess said the interviews with Camren have to continue.
Oh, that's a saga.
And then Juminati82 said Cam is the real star. Get out of here. Throw him out. You're out.
I love it. Ooh.
All right. So what else we got on here?
We can't rely on the long ball. That never works.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000%. This team does better. When we're just getting hits and moving the line on. Similar to the way we did last year. We are kind of falling into it though.
Yeah.
We're kind of relying on the long ball
yeah.
a little bit. Lindor homer today, Pete homer today. A lot of our runs are coming from that. But you know what? If the guys are on base, that means they got hits before they drew walks.
Listen, it's exciting to see the homers, right? But home runs apparently have been helping us win. But I want to play Little League Baseball sometimes.
I'm with it.
Let me get a single. Let me get a double.
Yeah, let's get 7 hits in a row and
exactly.
have a crazy rally. Yeah,
That's exactly
I'm
what I'm
all
saying. And then
with that.
throw a couple homers in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's lock down the game, and then we could swing for the fences.
Yeah, because when you inevitably are going to miss opportunity when you're playing for the long ball. When you have guys swinging for the fences, inevitably you're going to miss something. And in our case, it's been runners in scoring position. How many times are we seeing guys on second and third left there because whoever's at bat?
Yes,
wanted to hit it
that
450
thing
feet.
is one thing that I can't stand that we've been watching is the runners left, in scoring position or first and third or, come on, just give us a single or something so we bring the runner home and we add that run to the score.
Yeah, no, and it's tough because if you look at the stats every night too, our runners in scoring position and the whole big list of players. What's going on? And that stuff the other night was like otherworldly with the bunts and stuff like that, moving the runners and stuff. That was the most exciting thing that I've seen in a long time.
2 in a row.
Right, let's go back here. We got some stuff here. Somebody said, what was it? Somebody it was Juminati brought up Mauricio. Yeah.
Yes, we need him on the line.
He seems to be performing really well in AAA. It's his first year in AAA, so he's never been there before. But he seems to be absolutely crushing it, which leads me to believe he's ready too. Unfortunately, there's not a spot for him on the team.
Yeah.
Put him in the outfield. Jazz Chisholm him. Give him reps in the outfield. We will make a spot in the outfield for him. Marte is not going to go through the whole season. He's already demonstrated the fact that he's a little bit made of glass in his old age. We need a 4th outfielder, and LeCastro doesn't have the pop to do it. He has the speed, but he doesn't have the pop. So realistically, give him reps in the outfield and platoon it. Nights where Mauricio plays the outfield, you can DH Marte. Then you still have your 300 hitter in the lineup, and you'll have Mauricio in the lineup to bolster things. Because I think that Mauricio is going to be, I think Brett Beatty is going to be a very good major leaguer. I think Francisco Alvarez is going to be a very good major league catcher one day. I think Ronnie Mauricio is going to be an absolute star in this league. He is young, he's fast, he can learn. If he can learn to play multiple positions and be a little more versatile, he will be an absolute star in this league.
And a big shout out to Johnny B. Fitted also.
Always. We see these guys in here frequently. Can I say I'm team Parada Mauricio? Parada's tough. Because if Alvarez doesn't work out,
Yes.
and that's a weird form of pressure for Francisco Alvarez right now, is because if he doesn't work out, they
Someone's
drafted
taking
a
his
catcher
spot.
that looks great.
But
I like this competitiveness. I like what Uncle Steve and the front office and Billy Epler and these guys are doing.
Keeping them on their toes, man.
Yeah, because I want that competition. I want to see spring training every year where nobody knows. Everyone has to compete for their spot. And I want these guys to go out there every day knowing that if they go into a huge slump, that someone's right behind them that can take that spot.
Yeah, 100%.
That goes right into the New York attitude and the drive and then the way that we are.
That's that's with anything, man. There's always someone there to take your spot.
Not on the Mets.
That's
Recently.
why. No, well, I'm just
dead
saying,
in the water.
In life,
But I agree.
if you don't put your feet down and grind at it, someone's gonna try to take your spot. So I'm just happy that the farm system is the way that it is right now. And Jesus, it's been a long time, and we finally have players that we can rely on in the future.
Yeah, and it's getting more and more exciting, and we'll continue to draft well, and we'll continue to make moves to bolster that farm system. And Steve Cohen at this point is just delivering on everything. The only thing that's beyond his control is whether this team wins a World Series or not.
Yep.
They need to have the heart. They need to have the drive. The way we played Milwaukee last week and the way we just played San Diego are two completely different teams.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We went out there and just blew it against Milwaukee, and then we played probably, in my opinion, the most stacked team in the league is the Padres. They are the absolute most stacked team in the entire league.
They sent us home.
And we made them look silly. We had Manny Machado whiffing. We had, even Carpenter was a Met killer. We were locking him down. We had a lock on him. Soto hit that.
He hit that bomb
today.
I was
But
like,
other than that,
oh
he
my
was
God.
quiet. Other than that, he was
Shout
quiet.
out to G03 in the building. That's my brother Gabe. Shout out to you.
Oh, let's go. Petey with 6 homers. I see him hitting 50 this year. I love that. I could see Pete doing 50. In my opinion, anything Judge can do, Pete can do better. That's my opinion. I think Pete's a better player. He's more athletic. I think the opportunity is there. So I would like to see it. I'd like to see him hit 64 because Judge hit 63.
Yeah,
that's what I would love.
First at bat, baby at a homer.
Yeah, of course. He's the man. This guy is unbelievable. Phil might have turned me a little bit. I am still very positive. I think we're going to finish over 500 because I don't think the Phillies are going to win any games. The Phillies suck.
Yeah.
The Phillies are terrible. The Phillies have blown up 3. I was like, they can't possibly keep losing to the Marlins. They blew up 3 of my parlays this week. Unbelievable. That team they're so bad. They're so dead in the water, but so they were last year too. And then they made it to the World Series. So we'll see how it plays out. Definitely need to be active on the bases, 100%. We need to be much more active on the
I
bases.
want them more active on the base paths. Marte and them will need to start swiping.
What a great point by Johnny B. Fitted. What a great point by Johnny B. Fitted. These are all observations that we're making early and just the way that we feel about the team. But this team does not have an identity yet, and they've displayed that with the way we played Milwaukee last week, the way we played San Diego today. This team doesn't know. They haven't decided yet if they're going to be a great team or they're going to just fit somewhere in the middle on the league.
Carrasco, I don't know about Carrasco.
Oh yeah, Camren the other
Cookie.
day. He was like, what is going on? We're backtracking right now.
Yeah,
but
Cookie will settle in.
we hope.
Cookie's crumbling right now.
Cookie.
Yeah,
Cookie has crumbled
has
a little bit.
crumbled.
But no, he'll settle in. He's a pro. He's a vet. You know what I mean? I still believe in him, oddly. I don't think he's going to continue to get shelled. I mean, we watched Scherzer get shelled twice.
Yeah.
We're not shelled, but just flat out beat. You know what I mean? We watched Cookie get beat a couple times. It's still April. I think within the next couple of starts, you'll start seeing Cookie kind of take his form and go back. Because he was never a great pitcher. He just gives us innings, and he's solid. And he doesn't get hurt often, knock on wood.
And Johnny B. Fitted said it's very early. This team doesn't have an identity yet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that's such a great point. That's such a great point because we don't know. It's to be seen. And we all know that April is April.
Yeah.
May is May. By the end of May, you figure out who's what in this league. You know what I mean? You know all right, this is going to be a decent year. Can we make a push in the summer? Can we pick up some people on the deadline? That's when you start really thinking about it. This is all like the prerequisite of the season at this point.
It's just started, man. We gotta stay positive, like they say. You gotta believe.
Yeah, and I'm very positive for the team. I've been doing a lot of thinking about like things that we talked about like last week and the week before with Phil and stuff, and how many wins exactly it's really going to take to get to the playoffs. And I think he might be onto something.
Yeah.
I think mid 80s is going to land you somewhere in the playoffs right now. I think over 500 is going to be what you need to do. Have you talked to Escobar yet? Yes, we did, Johnny. We did talk Escobar. Just because Beatty's are coming up, we expect that splash, and we expect to see Beatty at some point.
We need that, dude.
Another great lefty bat, just young kid, just to hype it up a little bit.
Vogelfat takes his seat, Drew.
Yeah, all week.
All week, sit down.
It's been real nice.
Have a good night, Pop.
Yeah.
On opening day, he got lucky. On opening day, he got lucky because he beat out that
Alvarez, trade bait in my eyes. Bye to him and Mauricio. Hello, Otani.
Otani.
Oh, wow. Okay, Gabe.
Otani.
I see you. GO3.
Everywhere. We're gonna have 40 discussions about Shohei Otani at some point. We're never trading our prospects to get Otani. Cohen will flash the wallet in the offseason, and that'll be as good as we get. He said he doesn't want to play in New York, so it's just going to take a big, one heck of a paycheck and a lot of putting together by Epler to make that even happen. But until then, it's kind of a pipe dream for us. You know what I mean? There's not, as much as we'd love to have him, what a start he's off to, huh?
Yeah.
You see that? A .62 ERA, setting records. So what his contract year?
We'll go back out lucky.
Fire the train staff. The boys need to stay healthy. The boys need to get on the field and play. Marte slid into somebody's head, didn't break anything.
No, his knee. He
Hurt.
slid into his knee.
Oh, he slid into his knee.
And his neck was like shattered.
Yeah, throw some dirt on it and get back on the field. You hit 300, Marte. You have to play. You need to be in the games. You want to know why? Because 6 through 9 sucks. 6 through 9 sucks. So you need to put them on your back a little bit, and you need to be there. You're our number 2 hitter. And you're fast, and you play decent in the field. Mm-hmm. Cut the crap. You are not a person.
And make up for being hurt last season, please.
Yeah, and have sparking a 6-week demise of the Mets last year. Be on the field. Stop Ezzy, huh? Come on with the craziness. There's no reason for him. Oh, he bumped his head, so he's going to take a day off in a otherwise kind of important game. Not that any game is really important right now, but that was important for us. The
fundies.
Fundies. Man, oh man, this team. This team is, and you know what? They're playing better overall. Today's game was great. Beautiful weather in city. The bats kind of came alive today. Pitchers did what they needed to do. So I can't complain too much. But that bunt and then Nito just having a very Tomas Nito hit. Yeah. That was crazy the other day. That was the Guillorme with the literal perfect bunt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Let's talk about the bunt and then the little dribbler up the line.
Yeah, Nito's just happy birthday, Tomas Nito.
Yes.
Great news. Your age and your batting average are just about the same, so that's fantastic. You're both 29.
Yeah.
But no. How about that bunt, dude? Could you ask for a better bunt?
That was like a baseball movie perfect bunt. That's like something you see in a baseball movie to like the perfect bunt to win a game or something.
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. So I had like boxing that night. So I was at that, and then I was driving home, and I was on the phone with my uncle at the time, and we're talking about it. And he's like, "Oh, you want me to do this crazy bunt?" Because he's watching the game on FaceTime. Like looking at him, I'm like, "What's going on?" And then we hang up, and then he calls me back, and he's like, "Would you believe that Nito did the same thing?" I mean, he swung the bat, and the ball went to the same spot. When I watched that replay, that was like unbelievable. That was I don't think I've ever seen anything. Bryce Harper piece sitting down. That's funny. That's really funny. But no, that was really cool, and that's with that small ball stuff. He was moving the runners, and even if it was a sack and the bunt didn't go the way that they planned it to. It was still great. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't that good, I like to see the bunt. I want to move the runner.
It probably would have went better than planned.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you couldn't plan for that to happen. That was literally
Vintage
the
Men
perfect
said,
thing.
laughing my ass off at Camren. The cookie is crumbling.
Cookie is crumbling. Yeah.
And then GO3, McNeil, Marte are big X factors on the Mets.
The biggest.
Yes.
Two of the
I
most
agree.
underrated players possibly in the league as far as hitters go. Jeff McNeil won the batting title and still nobody talks about it. It's actually unbelievable what we see there. But $500 million for Ohtani, it's going to take more. It's going to take $550, probably close to $6 for Ohtani.
When they drafted Parada, I was shocked. And Drew Minotti, 82.
I know nothing about the Mets, but you guys make it sound interesting. Well, thank you, Sammy.
Thank you, Sammy. Yes.
Appreciate
Thanks
the support.
for tuning in and seeing us here on the live.
Yes, on our little crazy stuff. I still don't understand how Quintana injured his chest. He came to play in New York. That's what it was. He is now a New York Met, which means that the initiation to being a Met pitcher, apparently, is that you need to go on the disabled list or the injured list.
I mean, shit, Verlander didn't even get to come to play in New York yet.
Yeah.
And he was already injured.
Yeah, and listen, I'm hearing rumors that he might start towards the end of April. We might only have another 1 or 2 missed starts.
Well, shit, I mean, if we're lucky,
that would be.
I would like to be at that game. Anybody else?
Wait, what game?
Let's make an outing.
JV.
We try to find out when he's going to pitch.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go to that game.
When they announce it, we're gonna.
We need us. I want to see Senga pitch.
Senga is. Did you see the thing they do with Senga with the jumbotron?
Yeah,
with the Sega, with the Sega and the Ghost.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
And stuff because still 3 starts in, nobody's hit that forkball.
Yeah,
no one has hit the Ghost. No one, and I think that's going to be a big thing across the league.
I see that, people.
That's going to be like a thing across the league this year because we play everybody. We don't play anyone enough times for them to see that pitch from Senga enough to know what the heck is going on with that. So
Drew Minotti, 82 said
Nito's more likable than McCann.
Yeah.
Oh, we loved Cup Check though. Remember Cup Check McCann? Every time they go up to the plate and be doing that ridiculous Cup Check. Nito, in my opinion, when Narvaez comes back, is going to be a very tough decision because I think there's more value to Alvarez being on the team than there is for Nito to be on the team. I think he'll learn because they're both Spanish speaking, Narvaez. I think he'll learn the pace of the game and be able to have a real veteran like major league mentorship. In him. So
I agree.
think
That's something he needs.
There's going to be a tough decision to be made on Nito when that happens. I don't know if he has options to send him down and let Alvarez stay up or what the situation is with them, but it'll be interesting because Alvarez is like a AAA plus player. He's like in between AAA and the majors. He's someone
right
to take
there,
his win.
but not quite there.
Yeah, he's going to get there, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with because he knows at his young age that Parada's right behind him, and Parada is close.
Yes.
It's going to be very interesting. I love Johnny be fitted with the Ghosts. I love that.
And Drew Minotti, 82 with the Ghost in the 4.
Every year newbies get injured. Welcome to New York. That's right.
Yeah.
100%.
And then GO3 Senga
20 wins this year?
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Really possibly. He might make a case for it. You know what I mean? At least this first year, maybe even his first couple of years with this crazy pitch that he has. And his resume, too. That's the thing that people don't talk about. Is this guy's resume in Japan. This guy, they don't have a Cy Young Award in Japan, but if they had one out there, he would have won it years in a row. This guy is absolutely the best.
And that forkball made people's bats fly.
Yeah, it did. There was a couple bats that flew out of the hands of the players. It was a big deal, that forkball. It's very impressive, right?
That's so good. GO3, just saying that, having an R.A. Dickey type of season. First season, no one knows what the forkball is. Let him get 20 wins. Hopefully he wins a side. He's rocking a Senga jersey right now. This guy's a sensation. This guy is going to be big, and he draws at Citi Field. You see the crowd that guy drew? It's not because it was a new season. I mean, when you mix in Japanese players, there's a whole nother fan base that comes out to Citi Field.
Big market.
Absolutely. So, I mean, looking at it here, so we won the series against San Diego. That's big. That proves that we can run with a big dog team. We did 2 out of 3 with pitchers that aren't really our starting pitchers. You know what I mean? We won it. We lost one with with Peterson, but
Yeah.
we won with McGill and we won with Scherzer.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
I was
2 out of
impressed by
3 games, our pitchers.
Scherzer.
Yeah, our pitchers weren't really our pitchers at that
Yeah.
point. They're supposed to be in the
And
bullpen.
yo, listen, I mean, it helps that the bats were swinging.
Mm-hmm. And now we're gonna go to a pitiful Oakland team coming up here. That is actually
we go
having
on
the worst
a
start.
10-game road trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's 10 games, but we're starting off with Oakland. Oakland is having the worst start ever.
Yeah.
like the worst possible
Right.
start that you can have. Oakland is currently having. Can we just go in there and sweep this team? Do we have to always win 2 out of 3? Do we have to throw a game away? Does Showalter have to put a dog lineup out there one of the games? You know, like on Sunday against the Marlins, sitting Nimmo, sitting Big Flies. Can we just go there and close the door on a team, sweep them, and
I mean, listen, the way that they're playing, you know, I think this is the opportunity for us to do that. I think we can lock down these 3 games, go away with the W in the series, and then move forward, and then try to continue to play good baseball.
Yeah. And who else do we have out there? I think we have the Oakland A's. I know we play the Giants at some point.
Drew Minotti 82 said Max had too many full counts, but he looked
He
good.
did have too many full counts. So we're going to go to Oakland here. And then for a 3-game set, we got a 3-game set against the Dodgers, and then we have a 4-game set against the Giants.
Yep.
So in my opinion, what we need to do here, and this is fun that we do this every week, and we're like smack dab in the middle of the week, because we can kind of go over what happened last week and what's coming up. In my opinion, we got to clean up against Oakland here. There's no reason why that's not a sweep, a 3 out of 3. Because then we're gonna get to LA and pray that we win 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are 4-17 against the Dodgers in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
4-17. They have owned us. Now they're not as good as they were before. Some of their pitching is getting a little bit older. There's holes we can get them to them. Hopefully, maybe we see Noah Syndergaard.
Against the
Yeah,
one
against
of these games, you know. And then the Giants. Giants are kind of an oddball team. You know, they have moments of greatness, not moments of greatness. They are the living embodiment of the things that we talk about right now, about not wanting to live for the home run ball, not wanting to do to focus on that, because 62% of their runs have been off of home runs, which is the highest in the league right now.
We got a question that says, do you see Mad Max on a decline?
No. He's going to ramp up. His decline was the first couple of starts. He's going to settle in and have a great year. He's not going to have a Cy Young year. You know, I mean, I don't think he is that caliber pitcher anymore. But he's a veteran with a strong presence. He's a bulldog. He knows how to place his pitches. And I think he's going to give us a very, very solid year as well. Especially, he is going to, mark my words, you heard it here first, okay? Max Scherzer will be a better pitcher when Justin Verlander is back in this lineup, because there will be a competition there. They started together.
100%.
Who's going to be the ace of the Mets?
Not only that, but they're just going to like boost each other's egos and confidence to want to pitch lights out as best as they can.
100%. Like who's going to be the big dog in New York? You know what I mean? Who's going to run it? Because Yankees, whoever the big dog pitcher is in New York is a Met. They're wearing orange and blue. The Yankees don't even know who their pitchers are at this point. So pitching is our thing. So it's going to be JV or it's going to be Scherzer. Adversely, it might be Senga. Senga might be better than both of them.
Wait a minute. Let's not forget that Senga.
If we can get more out of him, more innings, another inning, another 6, you go 6 every time you're out there. But he's ramping it up. He did better on his second start than he did his first start. He's doing great. And it might be, don't be surprised. You heard it here first, Amazing Mets Zone. If Senga becomes the ace over our $42 million each pitchers, that's a crazy thing to even imagine happening. So
I wear a ghost costume in October.
Oh my goodness! I'll go full ghost. I will dress up as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and bop around City Field as a ghost.
That would be funny.
Worst opposing fans of City Field: Dodgers, Phillies, Yankees.
Okay.
I see that.
And then G03 says Senga is the ace, Verlander 2, Max 3, McGill 4, and Carrasco 5.
Yes.
And then Drew Minotti.
And then no one cares that Carrasco's not that great. And no, but the thing is this: is that when you have Max
gotta
Scherzer
see
on
that.
giving you a gem, when you have Justin Verlander just being Justin Verlander, when you have Senga being the extremely satisfying, surprisingly good person that he is, and then you have McGill being really good, big drips going out there doing his thing, or you get Quintana back. No one cares that Cookie's start is shaky because the other four are great.
Yep.
So he had a lot of room to breathe, and we didn't have to worry about Carrasco based on the lineup that we built. And then there was injuries. So now Cookie starts are now much more important. We need him to pitch like a number 2 or 3 starter right now.
Yeah.
And he can't settle into that 5 spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the hard part. Once we get him to where he can hide back in his little corner, we're just going to be happy that the guy gives us innings.
Yeah.
And the offense will pick it up on the night he pitches, and we'll be looking good. He said, I got to see that. Cookie's cooked. Yeah.
Cookies cooked.
Stafford 4. Love that. Don't know if that is Jacqueline or James, but whoever you are, shout out.
Yeah.
Love that. That is,
All right,
my
let's-
loving and adoring aunt. Now,
Time is winding down.
yep. What do you think? Let's do a little bit of a fun thing here. So let's look at the schedule. So we have today's Wednesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 3 against Oakland, 3 against LA before we're back on here and live. What's our record in those 6 games?
I'm gonna say we're gonna sweep Oakland.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna call that. We should be able to knock those 3 games out easy. Oh man,
LA.
LA is that's the tough one. I don't know, man. I will, of course, I'm gonna say we're gonna win 2. What? How many games
We have 6.
No, against
3
LA?
against LA.
3. So of course I would want to say we're gonna win 2 out of the 3, if not sweep. But chances are we might win 1 out of the 2.
Yeah. Or 1 out of the 3. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 1 out of the 3.
I'm gonna run with 5 and 1. I think that we're gonna. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm gonna run 4 and 2. I do think that we're going to lose one of the games to Oakland, and I think it's going to be the game on Sunday, based on the way that we seem to sit people out a lot on the Sunday. So I think we're gonna take 2 out of 3.
Okay, if you're going that way.
Yeah. In a perfect world, we go. Obviously, in a perfect world, we go 6 and 0, but 5 and 1. You know what I mean? We sweep Oakland. We take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Then we move on to the Giants and take our happy selves back to New York. But yeah,
We got here. What do we have here?
4 and 2 from G. We got that. I mean, what do you guys think? Everybody pitch in a little bit here. I say we drop 1 to Oakland and sweep LA. Okay, that's
Shit.
that's really good.
That's promising.
But this team showed up to play against San Diego.
Yeah.
So
they did.
when they realized that their opponent was stronger, they showed up and got it done. So I am very optimistic about how we'll play LA. I think they're a couple pieces down from the way that they've been the past couple of years. Their pitching's getting a little older, stuff like that. I think we can do something good over there. So we're gonna do this. So we're gonna recap next week. We have a real exciting week after our first big
I have
road
one
trip
thing.
here
Hold on 1 second.
to run
We'll
everything.
get to you.
We have a really good games to watch. It's later at night. Everyone who works, you can catch the game because it's going to start at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Real exciting week, and we'll have a ton of really good stuff to cover because it's always interesting the first time the team takes the cross-country trip.
Yep.
And are they tired? Do they take a day or 2 to figure it out? We got to hope we hit the ground running here. So, we're definitely going to have a really good week next week. And hopefully we'll get Phil from Shirley back in here.
Yeah.
And then we can get
And then
all
he'll
these,
give you guys a little more of an exciting live than I can. Because the chemistry between the 2 of them is something spectacular.
We're doing
But before
great.
we close out, we want to give Cam his little segment, Amazing Camren. And he wants to talk about the fan experience at Citi Field this season and show you guys some cool stuff that he got.
Oh, grab bag, right? You got that?
Yeah, I
some
have
great
Bob
stuff,
O'Leary signed pictures.
Yeah, you can talk, get on camera, talk to the people
Okay.
before we close out. Tell them what you got so far this season.
So this season, I got 3 wins back to back on the wiffle ball field, and I got a Chris Bassett signed ball.
Even though he's not with us anymore.
Yep.
They gave him a Chris Bassett signed baseball for hitting 3 home runs on the wiffle ball field.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Bassett was solid. I think Bassett was a great pitcher for us. I'm down with him.
What else did you get?
I have a Tom Seaver signed ball actually.
Oh yeah,
Very
let me
cool.
show the camera. I got this for him. This was a special gift I got him. This is the Tom Seaver autograph Hall of Fame '92.
That was from Santa Styles.
Yeah, yeah. And then this ball here, he got when we went down to spring training. I know a lot of you seen the videos. Camren got picked to start the game. Say play ball. He was on field for the national anthem, standing by the players. He was in the dugout, and they also signed this ball for him, which has all the guys. It even has Ronnie Mauricio,
Brady,
There's a lot of Parada.
Yeah,
Even the first base coach Kirby signed the ball for him, so that was cool.
We got some gems sitting on that ball.
we got Pete, we got Lindor on there, we got Canna,
Got Vogel
we
back.
got Vogel back,
Yeah, got a lot of guys on there. And then the other day, who tossed you a ball?
Marte,
Sterling Marte.
Unbelievable.
and then at spring training, Tommy Pham threw me a ball.
Yup.
You know, you are definitely a special little person because I was at a game last year. I sat in the front row, field level, right behind Marte. And we were yelling at him the whole time. And I guess my little cousin got too big because he's 15 and 6 feet.
Well, the guys
He's like,
also.
oh, throw me a ball, throw me a ball.
What it also
He's
helps
nothing.
is they start to recognize the kid because he wears full uniform every time he goes to the game. So that's why people are starting to actually take pictures with him. And when we go up the escalators, the gentlemen that greet us already know who Amazing Camren is. Richie the usher knows who Camren is. A lot of people are starting to realize who this little guy is. So yeah, he is the star of the show.
That's right. And it's just so fun. It's fun to go to a game with him. People are starting to recognize him, see who he is. We're doing interviews. We're having a good time. If you see us at the ballpark,
Yes, please.
hit us up. Let us know.
Don't
We
be
would
afraid.
love to talk to you. We'll dap up, talk to anybody at that stadium. We love it. We have a great time with it. With that being said, it is 9:59, so it is about that time for us here.
Yes.
I want to thank you guys for coming out. Those of you who stayed throughout this whole time, we certainly love it. We have a really, really, really exciting week coming up. Our first West Coast trip. We're going to start playing some big boy teams here as well. We're going to start with hopefully decimating the Oakland A's tomorrow. We're going to have ourselves a great time. Thanks for coming
Yes.
out. Amazing
And
Met Zone.
before we head out of here, I want to say again, big shout out to the team of Amazing Met Zone, Jumanati 82, Drodo, Big Phil from Shirley, myself, and Sean Hogan. And we thank each and every one of you for coming and tuning in with us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. or 9:05, either one. We're always here, so thank you again. And we appreciate you guys. Amazing Met Zone.
Amazing Met Zone.
Friends of Flushing.
Signing out. See you next week. Good stuff, man. That's right. Oh, you got opening day shirt on.